that it?
Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to yet another episode of The Last of Us. This is the remastered edition from the PS4. Just in case you guys notice some differences here and there. But yeah, this is my Last of Us Let's Play. In the last episode, we kind of got out of the city, started this whole smuggling business where we basically smuggle a 14-year-old girl across the country of the United States to find a cure for a zombie virus, or more like a fungal virus that gives like a zombie interpretation that has kind of taken over the world as our characters know it. And yeah.
Alright, kid, you're up.
Of course, the Last of Us TV show is coming out very, very soon at the time of recording this. I think in the US it comes out on January 15th. I'm recording this on January 10th. And I believe in the UK it comes out January 13th. So again, the reason I'm kind of playing through this is because of that show releasing very soon. And then there's also the fact that there's a lot of leaks and a lot of rumors going around about a possible third entry in the series right now, especially since, you know, the second one kind of left us on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Anyways, y'all, we have our first instance of clickers right here. So, clickers essentially are just normal zombies with this fungal infection that have been infected for so long that the fungi has started to grow over their arteries, their insides, and as well as their voice box, their mouths, just their entire face, causing them to not be able to yelp like the normal runners do, or even the stalkers that we will meet later on in the game. So basically, clickers, because of the fact that they aren't like runners, essentially.
Let's go.
They kind of use, well, let's put it this way. They can't see like the runners can. So they run a little bit faster, for one. For two, they fucking, I don't really know. But in all seriousness, they run a little bit faster, and then they kind of have this echolocation, I guess you'd call it.
Give me a second.
Like a whale almost. And that's kind of how they hear you. So anytime you're around a clicker in this game, you want to be quiet so that you can kind of pass it up, not have to deal with it, not have to fight it or anything like that. And
stairwell's blocked. Should we go back up?
That's kind of what my strategies were when it came to the clickers. Of course, if you have any knives on you, which I do, I have 3 of them, as you guys can see in my inventory down there, you can kind of just stab them. You can walk up on them slowly and stab them, just slow enough to where they don't hear you. What I don't really like, you know how if you kind of lightly press on your joystick, it'll make you walk slower? Yeah, when it comes to clickers, this game makes you use that as an actual tactic in the game, an actual control in the game, rather than just a fun little glitch, I guess.
Runners.
But yeah, that's one thing I really do not like about it. Is and again, I don't have like any to many problems with this game. that is one of the few, and that says a lot because I feel like something that's small won't bother a lot of people, which honestly just says a lot about how good this game is in terms of gameplay, in terms of storytelling. Just everything about it is just wonderful. But yeah, of course right here we have a runner. And you guys can see the difference between the runners. The runners you can just punch normally. Moving into a clicker, you gotta have a weapon of some sort, either a gun or a melee weapon. You cannot punch them with your fist because again, they're pretty much infected in every area with this fungal virus. So there's like nothing on them that can't hurt you, you know? I know for a fact this part did, however, take me a while. Alright, we got a clicker coming up here. And that's a runner. That's another clicker. Or no. These are like a bunch of runners that ganged up on my ass. And I ultimately ended up dying to them. However, I feel as though that probably could have been my successful attempt since I did get that clicker out. Basically, what you want to do is just grab the crowbar and you're good. Alright, I was trying to get that headshot and take this guy out on that first shot. Of course, it took me two, but why does that matter? Ah, god damn it. No, god damn it. But, yeah, you guys can see I am dying a lot to this part. And, I did die a lot to this part. So, you and me are both gonna be here a good while. And I'm already shit out of luck on the commentary side of things, so I'm just going to talk about some cool-ass zombie movies. One I haven't talked about throughout this Let's Play yet, surprisingly, is Train to Busan, which, again, surprisingly, because I love the shit out of Train to Busan. It's, kind of gives you, like, that standard zombie movie experience, but ties in like the Japanese culture side of things while giving you like a really emotional side of things and making you play for characters in such a short amount of time. And I think the sequel fails in doing that, just like most zombie sequels, like the later seasons of The Walking Dead, or the what would you call it? The fucking called Dave. That yeah, I know it's fucking called. I just couldn't think of it. I don't know why, but yeah, just like Day of the Dead, and like the later seasons of The Walking Dead and stuff. I don't know what I was thinking of, yeah. The sequel to Train to Busan, I don't really like it. Just like I don't. Just like I'm not a fan of like some of the other zombie movie sequels and shit, because Peninsula, aka the Train to Busan sequel, they make it more about the action than the zombies, and I feel like that's the mistake every zombie movie sequel makes, is making it all about the action and the guns and the blood and the gore, rather than the survival experience that you get out of The Last of Us. You get a survival experience because you get that, I don't fucking know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just something about, like, Night of the Living Dead over Dawn of the Dead. It's more of a survival type thing rather than action movie. That's what I didn't like about Dawn of the Dead, is that they made it about the action and not the survival. I feel like the survival aspect of the zombie movies It's exactly why most people like them, including myself. And once you take that aspect that I love so much and so dearly about that first one, and then make the sequel an exact opposite of it, that's when it starts to become a bad movie, as well as just a boring one. And Peninsula did exactly that. However, it was an animated prequel that did exactly what I love about just zombie media in general. And first of all, for being an animated movie, again, it did really, really good at executing some of the horror elements. Really good at the animation. There was an excessive amount of gore, surprisingly. And again, it being like a Japanese movie, it kind of added in like some of those Japanese culture type things. And the, fucking, what do you call it? Just like the Japanese culture aspect of things, as well as the emotions and stuff, and it made you care for the characters in like a really short amount of time. Again, it's more so about the survival than the action. However, this one is kind of a mixture between both, which I like. It balances both. Gives you like the beginning out of the outbreak, and you kind of watching through the beginning of the outbreak. You're not watching the later stages of the outbreak where everyone knows what they're doing. They know, just shoot, It's not... that's what's so interesting about just like early parts of zombie movies is it takes place in the beginning of the outbreak. It takes place in that survival aspect. You're seeing a lot of characters die off quick. You're seeing a lot of new faces come in quick, and you're seeing just a lot of new strategies and everything. Then you have like different types of zombies that each movie comes up with. Like you have like World War Z, and all the zombies are real fast. Then you have ones like this. It's like more realistic stuff. Like in The Last of Us, it's an actual fungi infection that it's not really a zombie. It's a fungus that takes over your brain. And when it comes to animals, it is an actual real fungus that can take over your brain. However, it does not affect us. It affects ants and deer. And I mean, hey, most zombie movies do start with some kind of deer. Am I right? So just thank me later for putting that thought in your head. But in all seriousness, that's one thing I like about zombie movies compared to other movies in the horror genre, over like slasher movies or supernatural movies or animal attack movies or whatever you fucking, any other fucking horror side genre or subgenre or whatever. Zombie movies has to take the cake because they are so they're so diverse. You have, like I said, you have the action ones, which I'm not really a fan of myself, but I know some people are. I'm not going to judge you for that. You have, most of the time, it's like a sequel that gives you the action. You have comedy ones like Cooties that take the survival aspect and put it in just an absolute crazy-ass setting, aka a school, while also giving it a lot of comedic actors that are some of my favorite actors of all time in that movie. Yeah. Then you have ones like obviously The Walking Dead. Kind of gives you like a standard zombie experience. Something you know what to expect, but at the same time they still manage to surprise you. Every character death, just every major plot twist that happens, they still manage to surprise you every time. And even though it is very predictable, it's still very fun to watch. It's just it's a good show. And to deny that
After we get back,
13-year running show is bad, or to deny that it's good, you're fucking crazy, and I genuinely
you always brush me off.
But yeah, The Walking Dead, it's really fucking good. And again, I mentioned Night of the Living Dead. You have, that is quite literally the best zombie movie of all time made to this day. You have like that standard slow zombie type shit, but it does kind of lay out the standards for today's zombie movies. It gives you today's
Through here.
what would you call it, trends, I guess.
Tess.
I'll just go with trends. Kind of lays everything out. Kind of lays out the future zombie movie trends and stuff, you know. Pretty much every piece of zombie media that came after Night of the Living Dead was inspired by Night of the Living Dead in some way. Even like Return of the Living Dead, it was literally supposed to be a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. It just was made by a different director. Big deal, you know. But yeah, and then I haven't actually played too many zombie games. I will admit that much. I don't know if any of the Castlevania games have any zombie type shit involved, but I know this game for a fact is a zombie game, as you can tell. And again, the thing I like about it most is that it focuses on that survival aspect more so than the action. Yes, the action is mixed in with it, but of course you have the stealth missions. You have just the amazing story in general. Again, everything about it is just awesome. It's fun to play through because of the story. You're constantly hooked to it because of the story. Just everything about it keeps you invested, and that about it I love. Absolutely love. And there's just no getting over a game like this, and pretty much the instant I played it, it became at least one of my favorite games. I don't know about my favorite. Again, you have Smash Ultimate up there with like just the wide cast of characters. I feel like that's more of like a nostalgia type thing, and then B, like a just the fact that it's a major crossover. It's just seeing all those characters interact. Alright, and this part, I believe I did not get past in this episode.
Almost out. Okay, Joel, you take point. I'll watch the rear. Ellie, no matter what, you stay right on his heels. Sure. You stay sharp.
I got it.
But yeah, I believe I did not get past this part in this episode, so I am going to go ahead and end it off here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, leave a like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me talking about just some of my favorite zombie movies and shit. Yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Today is going to be about it for this episode, unfortunately. Next episode, you guys are going to witness the true horror of clickers. You guys got a little bit of a showcase in today's episode. You know, you guys got let's say we'll call it the appetizer. Yeah, we'll call it the appetizer. Today's episode was the appetizer for what clickers truly are, and what clickers will do to your mental health, and what clickers will do to your heart rate because of how fucking horrifying they are. Yeah, that is going to be about it for today's episode, because again, I'm mostly sure for the most part that I did not beat this part in this episode. So again, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. That's going to be about it for this episode. Hit the notification bell if you want, so you know when you can see more. And if you want to go even further, comment to repeat the process, so it'll get pushed out to the algorithm, and other people can do the exact same steps that I just told you to follow or asked you to follow. Yeah, that is going to be about it for today's episode, and bye.